hey, were Infinity Stones devalued? In the Loki show, they were in the drawer. I think so.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say they were devalued because how valuable were they in the first place?
The 6 elemental stones scattered across the Virgin universe, as they explained. That's pretty important.
Absolutely, but the thing is, the key thing there is the elements, and all of that different kinds of stuff as well. I don't think that I think the stones were only important through the Infinity Saga for the mere fact that they were what embodied the power of what each stone did. I
Mm-hmm.
think all these powers are how would you say repeatable or replicable because we literally seen in Iron Man 2, Tony Stark remade the power of the Space Stone with the Space Stone, the exact same thing that the great Dr. Arnim Zola did clear back in 1942. Hell, Hydra.
Wait,
And
what did he do with the space stone?
they used it. They harnessed the power of it and they replicated it. They created that new element. That new element was only created due to the Space Stone. And I think that element was essentially just power is all it is. And I think the
Nah,
power is just held within the stone.
space stone
Just
allows you to teleport, and they never replicated that.
they replicated the power. That's what Tony Stark used to make to use when he had to replace the palladium that he was using in Iron Man 2. He created that new element.
Yeah,
He created it using the space stone. It's just the power of the space stone.
he
It's
studied the space.
they're just using it for power. But that's the thing is because it's just power. They're just replicating what it does. Where if you take a look at this was something I was thinking about as well. Like when that meteor hit in Wakanda, you notice like the meteor when it was flying down, it was like blue, but when it hit, it was purple. And I was kind of wondering if maybe that was actually the power stone that landed there and eventually came up later. But the power, the elements of the power stone enriched the soil, and that's kind of where the purple herb and those things come from. And I really do feel that's where they're going into this next phase as far as showing like the stones, where we know the stones are gone, they're pretty much useless at this point, is because I think they're going to show that the power of the stones is completely like repeatable. You can replicate all of that power, and I think that's where we're headed to, and that's why the stones aren't going to be important, and why so many other things are going to be. Because I mean, essentially, we're talking about technology. That was the thing, like Dr. Arnim Zola was able to do to replicate that power
Yeah,
years before Howard Stark couldn't replicate it, and then Tony Stark finally was able to again later. I think it's just everybody, and that's ultimately what the gauntlet was just the means to take and harness the power of the stones to use them. And I think that's what they're going to show us is that
and they
all
failed,
that power is replicable.
and they failed at harnessing the powers because once you do something like the snap, that gauntlet gets shattered, and it's not in the perfect condition that it used to be in prior. Uh, the technology hasn't caught up, but I'll give you that because you did a great job of explaining this. Just because it came first, like just because it was the Virgin universe, as Mads jokes, can the universe really be called a virgin after the Big Bang? Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just because it was first does not mean that there can't be something better, or does not mean it can be something that we can make something equal coming from those stones. Very great point. Actually, I'm gonna clip this and put it on like a solo video. Everyone subscribe to the channel. Watch the full version in the live stream that's covering Trinity's face right now. That's the clip. Question 30 of 33 Burning MCU questions. Do your parents love you if they name you Caecilius?